Hello guys, good afternoon. Good to see you. I mean, I'm not seeing you, but like, you know what I mean. So it's good to be like with you one more time. This is a recording class. It's gonna last for a couple of minutes. I just wanted to have a conversation with you. As I mentioned in the previous class, this is going to be an extension of the previous topic that is basically the period time period. I apologize because if you hear any noise of buses passing by, or motorcycles or any kind of noise, but I'm basically next to a street, so that's gonna be normal. Okay, so we're talking about topics for today's lesson. This is gonna be a pre-recorded class. It's going to be about the Puritan period, and I know that I told you before that this was only going to be an extension class, and then next week we're going to start working on the Salem witch trials. I'm sorry, but I made some modifications to this class, so we're going to start talking about the witchcraft on Salem and part of that, because next week I want to talk about the Scarlet Letter. That is a book that is quite interesting, so probably you might find it interesting as well. Before starting developing the topic, there are a couple of things that I want you to know, and I noticed, and yeah, so I'm gonna start like having this conversation with you, and this is going to be serious. All my classes are serious, so I'm gonna switch to Spanish, so I make it clear for everyone. So guys, en Spanish, right? Lo que pasa es lo siguiente. Algunos de ustedes, yo trato de ser un poquito flexible con la mayoría de ustedes, ¿verdad? Y me gusta tener esa comunicación. Hay algunas sugerencias que les he tomado en consideración porque considero que son válidas. Otras sugerencias me parece que no están bien enfocadas. Y otra vez, es tener esa conversación sobre su compromiso como docente, que ya lo hablamos, no sé por qué, tengo resequedad en los labios. I don't know, don't pay attention to that. Algunos de ustedes me comentaban, mire, Lick, realmente a veces nos sobrequejamos por nada, ¿verdad? Entonces, créanme que cualquier observación y cualquier queja, molestia que ustedes me hacen o en comunicación, ¿saben? Trato de contestarles lo más pronto posible. Trato de ponerla en práctica, hacer la modificación igual con los temas. ¿Qué pasa? Hay que ser un poquito más responsables y un poquito más comprometidos, otra vez, con sus obligaciones para la materia. Yo les decía al inicio de la clase, esta es una clase normal, como su clase que pueden tener de, no sé, práctica de traducción. No sé qué clases están llevando ahorita. Lingüística creo que están llevando, o pragmática, una de las dos. Entonces, cuando yo les al inicio de la clase teníamos algunas reglas, y una de las reglas era básicamente el respeto, ¿verdad? El respeto que yo les iba a tener a ustedes con el tiempo de la clase, con la preparación de las clases, y con todo eso, y el respeto que ustedes también deben de tenerme a mí, no porque sea leak o algo así, no, simplemente no sé, por humanidad, por profesionalismo. Ustedes como estudiantes tienen que ser un poquito más responsables, ya no son estudiantes de primer año, son estudiantes de quinto año, y pues para futuros profesionales del rubro de los idiomas, de la educación. Entonces, creo que voy a hacer ese señalamiento en el sentido de que, no sé, quizás es percepción mía, que no estamos poniendo, no sé, no quiero pensar que esta clase no la tomamos tan en serio como tomamos en serio otras clases, ¿me entienden? Y yo ya les decía el comentario, en el online café hay un vídeo que ya hablé de este tema, no lo voy a expandir, pero es básicamente, esta clase tiene igual credit units, unidades valorativas que sus otras clases. Esta clase es requisito para pasarla como sus otras clases. ¿Ok? Y el hecho que sea un poquito más flexible, no sé, llevadero, me imagino, los otros docentes también lo son, me imagino. Pero es como no darle la mano y tomar el codo, ¿right? 1, 2, ¿por qué viene esto a colación? Porque a veces creo que algunos de sus comentarios, y créanme que los leo todos, solo los voy a ejemplificar, ¿verdad? En la Swift Queues, las preguntas rápidas, el formulario que ustedes llenan, yo lo decidí que no tuviera nombre, porque yo quería que ustedes se sintieran libres de dar su feedback de cualquier clase. Y no es que tampoco yo espere que digan siempre, Lick, la clase estuvo excelente o cualquier cosa. Pero he notado que hay como una o dos personas, porque no sé quiénes son, no sé ni de qué grupo son, porque el formulario es combinado, que he notado siempre este comportamiento. O sea, en todas las preguntas, en todas las clases, dicen, ¿aprendiste algo nuevo en la clase? Y siempre su respuesta es no. Entonces, te lo creo en una clase, pero ya en 6 sesiones, en 5 sesiones, que todo tu comentario sea no aprendiste, realmente me preocupa, ¿verdad? No sé si son la misma persona o son diferentes personas en diferentes ocasiones, pero si tú en este momento sientes que no estás aprendiendo nada de las sesiones, pues me gustaría saberlo, me gustaría que tuvieras esa plática conmigo, porque quizás es que ya lo sabes o quizás, bueno, de hecho en el formulario de background del estudiante yo les preguntaba si era la primera vez que tomaban la materia, pero quizás es algo que no se está apareciendo. Entonces me gustaría que sí tuvieran esa conversación y esa confianza. Yo represalias para nada, no voy a tomar con nadie, ¿me entienden? Yo soy una persona bastante madura y profesional también, entonces, pero porque me importa su aprendizaje y porque los conozco, quiero que hagan eso. Si realmente tú sientes, ahorita que me estás viendo, que no estás aprendiendo nada de la materia, de los contenidos, habla conmigo, ¿verdad? Y quizás podamos, o sientes que quizás aprendería mejor de otra forma, entonces acércate y tenemos esta conversación. Número 1. Número 2, ¿por qué? Porque luego uno, ¿verdad? Que se maquina todas estas cosas. Ve en la última sesión algunos comportamientos que no me parecieron adecuados. Y de hecho, una persona ya me lo señaló en el formulario, ¿verdad? De la clase. ¿Qué pasa? Realmente no recuerdo quiénes fueron y tampoco no veo nombres y el chat ni lo guardé de esa sesión, pero sí me fijé que algunas personas estaban escribiendo la palabra o la letra F. Honestamente, yo sí tengo 25 años, ¿verdad? Pero I didn't even know what F means. Entonces una persona me dice que F stands for the fuck word, you know, the F word. So I already said it. So, and I was like, okay, so, sí me percaté de que estaba esa palabra ahí, pero no pensé que eso significaba, pensé que era como LOL o algo así. Entonces tratemos de evitar eso, por favor, porque eso es una clase, yo merezco el respeto, tanto como ustedes merecen el respeto de su parte. Y igual otro señalamiento es lo de boring, sí había comentarios como boring, bore. Realmente no quiero pensar, no sé, pienso lo peor para, pues si es lo mejor, pues ya no me siento tan afectado, pero si ustedes otra vez consideran que la clase es aburrida, los temas son aburridos, entonces yo cada clase trato de hacer las dinámicas, pero ustedes otra vez pueden tener la conversación. Merezco el respeto, como cualquier otro de sus docentes, de hacer este comentario, ¿verdad? Si la clase no te parece, pues tú en un correo posterior lo puedes hacer, no en el chat, porque me parece de mal gusto, me parece realmente de mal gusto. Voy a dejar esos dos comentarios, o sea, el objetivo de esta sugerencia no es para que ustedes digan, Lick se enoja por cualquier cosa. No, ustedes pueden hacer, ustedes saben, comenten y todo, pero también hay formas de hacer los comentarios, right? And you're gonna be professionals very soon, guys. And you're not kids anymore. You're around the 20s, something like that. You're 19, 20, 21, some of you are even older. Pero igual, madurez igual no es sinónimo de juventud o de vejez. Entonces, I expect from you to be quite more respectful, please, with the class. And not only with me, but with the class and with your classmates, because one of your classmates already told me, Lick, I think this is disrespectful And please don't do it again. If you have inner jokes, chistes entre su grupo, please try to avoid the jokes in the conversation because it's like a very academic conversation. So already basically I spent like 10 minutes like with this, but this is very important because ese es un precedente o antecedente hubo. Like I don't want this behavior anymore in the class, right? Because I'm not like castigando like, a alguien o quitándole nota a alguien por ese tipo de comentarios, right? Because I didn't give the instructions before. Now that I'm giving you the instructions, I don't expect this behavior. And if it happens in the future, I'm gonna take some like medidas, right? Al respecto. Hopefully this is clear. So we're gonna start with the class. If you have any questions, you let me know, right? Yeah, so I'm gonna start sharing my screen and I'm gonna stop my video. Good to see you guys. Bye. I'm gonna start with the screen right now. I'm gonna start sharing my screen. Hold on. Campus, where's the pantalla? iPod, internet, this one? I'm gonna start with this one. Hopefully you can see it, guys. Okay, you don't need to see this. I'm gonna use group A, but this is for both groups. This video is gonna be available for both groups, the same video. So I'm gonna scroll down, kind of to like, I want to basically give instructions on today's class. Okay, so este es el inicio del tema, guys. So this is gonna be the start of today's class. And hold on, no, that one, no, this one. I'm sorry, this one. Yes, this is going to be the start of the class. You're going to watch. Okay, you don't have homework, but you have like activities to make, right? To complete. This is going to be a video about the haunting of Salem witch trials. You know, it's 20 minutes. This is a very interesting video, 22 minutes long. And this is like an investigation and it's very interactive. You're going to get to see the real thing of Salem and the places, go to the places, get some insights of the topic. Because today we're talking about Salem witch trials, okay? So I'm gonna leave this in here. Please watch the video, don't skip the videos. This video is not evaluated, but it's a recommendation for you to know about, okay? So, and after that, you're going to have the attendance. The attendance is available since desde las 12:05 de la mañana. It's available basically the whole day. Hasta las 11:55 de la noche va a estar disponible. But it's a condition, no disponible hasta que la actividad SwiftQ Session 6 is complete. Please, guys, completen el formulario de la clase, de esta clase. Y por favor, chicos, completen el formulario de la clase anterior, la número 5. Okay? It's mandatory. Please, I'm going to start evaluating this. ¿Por qué? Porque tengo alrededor de 100 estudiantes y tengo entre los dos grupos y solo tengo 51 personas que han contestado el formulario. So, please, pongámonos buzos con eso, ¿verdad? So, van a tener la recording aquí, van a tener recording, el video, la asistencia y la SwiftQ Session 6, right? Para que lo llenen. Posterior a eso, si se fijan, no hay sección de actividad. There's no activity section in here. But we have the resources, the materials de apoyo. And there is this PDF that I created. I was working on this yesterday. So I wanted to create this PDF with memes. So, esta es una nueva estrategia que realmente solo lo he utilizado una vez antes, pero yeah, probably a ustedes que son memeros, ¿verdad? Que les gusta ver memes, so you can watch this, right? So les voy a dar un spoiler para el documento. Ustedes lo leen, hay datos, o sea, esto no es like, it's not a joke, guys. This is like real information. So les va a servir para estudiar al mismo tiempo que se divierten leyendo algunos memes. For example, this one, Happy Thanksgiving, now born the village. All right, I think it's funny. I think it's funny. And this one is Kermit, I need to study. Evil Kermit, watch memes. Teacher, now you can do both. All right, so I'm telling you now, you can do both with this. So there is this one, there is this that I created. This is about the pilgrims, but you also have the second one that is going to be about the Puritans, right? And different content, different information, and you have very nice memes. I was laughing all day long yesterday creating this. And this one is basically saying, not sure if focusing on the idea of study or focusing about the idea of making memes about trying to study. And I'm telling you guys, focus on the idea that you are going to fail if you keep focusing on not studying. All right? Great. So you go there and it's going to help you to study for the quiz. These two documents over here. Let's see what else we have. There's a PPP, that is Pilgrims, Puritans, and Preachers Quizlet. And this Quizlet, I don't know if you checked the previous Quizlet, but I want to share some information about this. You have the different terms. I think I created a couple, 13, okay, 13. So what you can do is you can study this and you can switch, and then you go to the next. Bible, Old Testament, the model of writing for Puritans. William Bradford, a governor of Plymouth in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. All right, so you have the facts in here that I created. If you want to learn, you can study basically, I get it, right? Beginnings of Plymouth Puritans' difficult relation with Indians, and then you select the one that you consider that is correct. And then you go to the next one. So it's a way of interacting with this document. If you want to, this one, let me check if this is like playing a game, right? Hold on, combining. So this is like basically a matching activity that you can do. I'm not gonna do the exercise. And this is gravity. That is another way of learning. Aquí te da la opción de estudiar todos los términos en la dificultad, ¿verdad? Make it easier. Gonna make it easier. Cuidado con los esteroides rojos. So basically, you study the previous terms and then you write the correct answer, right? And that's the game. So you gotta be careful with that. And there's other ways you can study. Okay, so if you guys want to expand on the terms, for example, you have more terms that to add, y te va a ayudar a estudiar, no sé, otros términos. Entonces tú lo que puedes hacer es agregar más términos, agregar más claves para que te ayuden a estudiar. Y lo puedes, like, it can help you with the pronunciation sometimes. Okay, so you can add more elements to your study. Entonces yo solo les puse 13. Lucky number. 13 porque ustedes expanden lo que ustedes quieran, ¿verdad? Para estudiar para su quiz. Ven un término, algo importante de su estudio, de la previous session, y lo agregan aquí y luego pueden ver las diferentes formas de estudiar o también jugar. Like, it depends on how you learn, guys. Entonces, por eso les dejo este recurso acá. Y depende de ustedes cómo lo usen, o si lo usan, o si lo expanden o no lo expanden, ¿verdad? All right. So, esas tres primeros recursos is about the previous class. This is going to help you to study And this one, it's BuzzFeed. That is quite cool. And it's to find out if you will survive the Salem witch trial. So basically, guys, the Los Salem witch trials, you're going to have the more information in the video. Also, you're going to have more information in an interactive video that we have later. Pero eran los crímenes de Salem, que eran juicios injustos a las personas en el periodo de los Puritans, ¿verdad? En las comunidades de específicamente aquí sería Salem. Probably you have heard about that. Vamos a ver si yo sobreviviría, The Teacher. Ustedes también tienen este link, lo pueden hacer perfectamente, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver si ustedes sobrevivirían like, a los juicios de Salem. I'm gonna make this quiz real quick. For example, the first question, it says, are you a woman? Not in my case. Do you have any birthmarks? Not in my case. Can you swim? I will say no, because I'm not a good swimmer. I can float for a couple of minutes, but I'm not a good swimmer. How knowledgeable are you about the first aid? I'm not knowledgeable about anything related to safety. So in case you have an emergency, don't ask me for help. Do you have controversial opinions? Well, you can answer yes, no, depends on the topic. I will say depends on the topic. Are you a feminist? I would say that I'm a feminist. How would your friends describe you? Intelligent, strong, compassionate, non-confrontational, unique, aloof. Aloof basically means distant. Es esta persona que es bien apartada, right? I would say, well, I'm strong, compassionate, let's say compassionate. Are you double jointed? No, I'm not. It means like flexible, like your muscles are flexible. You can contort, not. Can you recognize different plant species? No. Confundo el cilantro con ¿cuál es el otro? I don't know. Hay unos que son el brócoli con la coliflor. I think the difference is the color, right? But yo no reconozco muy bien eso. I'm terrible at the kitchen, right? Do you ever talk to yourself? This guy, I'm gonna be honest all the time. Let's see if I survive. You survived, right? So this is like a nice, silly joke about seeing if you survive or you did not if you would survive or not survive to the witch trial. Yes, so that's one activity for you guys. You can complete the quiz and let me know if you survive or not. Some of you already completed and some of you told me that you survived to the trials. Okay, another resource that we have in this section is going to be this interactive video that I created for you guys. El video yo no lo hice, es un TEDx. The information is not mine. I do not own the information. The only thing that I did is creating an interactive video for you. So an interactive video, basically it's about the Salem witch trials. It's 5 minutes and a half. It's very illustration, you know, it's very informative, and you're gonna learn basically the basis of the fundamentals for this topic. So you can watch the video, and the thing that I created basically it's the thing that you can select the subtitles or without subtitles, and you can select the topic. The language, I'm sorry. All right, so the cool thing about this that I wanted to do with you, that I wanted to create is when you get to a point, I created these facts, right? So you can click on the fact section and then you can see the different information about the Puritans, about the American, you know, Salem in specific. And then you continue learning. And then there's another fact in here. So you can click and there's more information you are going to read. And there's another fact in here. And then you click fact. And then you learn more about this. Then we continue and there is going to be a question. There's a question about the video. So like you want to click in here and there is a question, and depending on the video, you are going to select A, B, C, or D. and then you check. This is not evaluated, guys. This is just for you to interact and to learn a little bit more in an interactive way. And there's another fact in here, and there is going to be another question in here. And there is going to be also, there's going to be a couple of questions and some facts that you are going to have during the video. And at the end, you can check the result, your score. And this is a way to learn about the Salem, right? Once you finish, you can go back. You can go back to your, hold on, to this section. And then you're going to have all of the documents one more time. And that is the end of the resources. So you're going to have a video, you're going to have attendance, the Swift Cues session, please complete it, fill it, the memes that I created, the Quizlet that I did for you. And you're going to have this link that it's the BuzzFeed quiz, just to have fun with identifying if you would survive or not. You would have survived or not to the silent witch trial. And then we have the interactive video that I wanted to share with you and for you to learn a little bit more about this, since this is not a live session. So I don't get to share a lot of the details in here. All right, so now we're going to have this document that I found it very interesting. And this is not I didn't create this one, but I wanted to share this one, and I'm gonna teach you some cool information based on this document, right? And this document is about how to spot a witch. And this is a kind of like, it's kind of funny, right? To a handy guide for all you would be witch hunters. All right, so this is by Zachary Hamby, 2017. Let's see if I can zoom this. Read, yeah. This is a PDF that you can read, guys. It's going to be available also over there on how to spot a witch. There be witches, so be prepared. So this document, guys, is basically about the idea, crazy idea, and the craziness of this period during the Puritan period, how to spot a witch. And after you watch the videos, you're going to understand a little bit more about the context, what was happening, what were some of the documents and the literary texts that helped this context to happen, this situation to happen. So you're going to have more information. So I would suggest to watch the videos first and complete the activities so you understand better this document. So there are many like techniques or strategies that were happening and that helped these Puritan people to identify if you were a witch or you were not a witch. Estamos hablando de witches. One more time in Spanish will be brujas, right? Estamos hablando de los juicios de Salem de brujería. We're not talking, no estamos hablando de brujería, estamos hablando de un contexto histórico que fue apoyado por la literatura. So in case you feel offended or in case this is real thing happening, it's not craziness of the teacher talking about witches. Yeah, so recuerden que en ese periodo Puritans, toda su concepción y su idiosincrasia y todo su establecimiento de como colonia era basado en la religión. So en algún punto a alguien se le ocurrió decir, oh, existe el bien y el mal y existen las brujas también, right? So, how to identify a witch? Basically, habían diferentes técnicas, pero this is kind of funny. We're gonna go over this, and that is going to be the floating test. So basically, it consisted in tied up the accused witch. You're going to throw her into a body of water. If she floats, she's a witch. Haul her out of the water and hang her. So basically, if you were a witch, you're going to be hanged. If she sinks and drowns, she was innocent. So imagine how crazy this is. I mean, if you were able to float and to survive, you're going to die. But if you sink and drown, you're going to die. So at the end, the only solution is to die, you know, and this is basically what was happening This is an illustration, craziness happening around this time. Another way of identifying if you were a witch was, you know, you tied up the accused witch to a donking chair. A donking chair is basically a seat attached to a rope and a lever. We're going to see a picture later. And then you're going to submerge her. You're going to pull her out and ask her if she is a witch. If she's not, if she's a witch, if she admits that she's a witch, you're going to hang her. And if she denies that she's a witch, you're going to repeat the same process. So at the end is, you need to admit that you are a witch, so you're going to be killed. You're going to be hanged. And this is the donking chair that I was mentioning before. See how crazy? And this one is even crazier. Make a witch cake. You're going to mix flour with some urine from the people that the witch has afflicted. And then you're going to bake it into a cake. You're gonna make it a cake. And then you're gonna feed it to a dog, regular dog. And you're going to, basically the witch should cry out when the dog bites the cake. If, for example, if the witch cries when the dog bites the cake, so you're guilty. That's kind of insane, right? So we have a picture in here. And now we're going to look for the devil's mark. We're going to examine the witch for bodily signs of the devil, birthmarks, moles, scars, or extra nipples. So in case, guys, imagine if you were a Puritan during this time, specifically if you were a woman during this time, and if you have birthmarks, marcas de nacimiento, moles, like lunares, scars, cicatrices, or extra nipple, or un pezón extra, you're screwed, basically. You're going to die. You're going to be a witch. You're going to be hanged. If you find any, you have a witch on your hands. If you prick this mark and it doesn't bleed, she's definitely a witch. All right, so you can, I don't know, probably you're a witch and you don't know, guys. Like, look for birthmark, moles, scars, and extra nipples. Probably you are one of them. And this is like a picture to kind of like give an idea what it was like. Look for familiars. Witches often travel with familiars, animals that are actually demons in disguise. Look for any odd animals around the witch resident. Black cats, frogs, stray dogs, flies, etc. Right? So, I mean, if you guys have any black cat, you gotta be careful. If you have any frog, I don't know, some people have frogs. Like I know one person that has a frog. This person is not my friend, but I know this person. Stray dogs, flies, moscas. If you have a lot of flies, probably you're a witch, guys. If the witches speaks to any kind of animal, this is also a sign of witchcraft. So you don't have to record TikToks talking to your animals, guys. So that will be very scary. And at this point, and in this moment, see how ridiculous this is? You know, you will be considered a witch. You will be murdered. A stack of Bible tests. You're going to weigh the witch against a stack of Bibles. If she is heavier than the stack, she's a witch. If she is lighter than the stack, she's a witch. If she balances perfectly, she's in the clear. She's going to be safe. So imagine a stack of Bibles, and then you are going, I mean, you're gonna be heavier than the stack. There's no way you can escape. You would have escaped this kind of test. Spectral evidence. The spirits of witches often appear to their victim before they torment them. You're going to ask the afflicted people the identity of the witch who is spiritually attacking them. No other proof is needed. So you're only going to ask to the person, who is the person that you think is doing this to you? Imagine if you run a society like this nowadays. How would it be? It will be total craziness, anarchy, and everybody will be saying, oh, you're a witch, he's a witch, you know, craziness in here. And the other way of doing this is you are pressed to confess. So you have the witch light on the ground and you place a board on the top of her. You're going to stack a large rock on the top of the board and you're going to repeat it until the witch confesses or die. So that's basically what was happening. Actually, if you watch the video already, one person died because of this method in Salem. One person was pressed to death. The other 19 people were hanged. And opposite to the belief that witches were born in this period, it was not happening in Salem. It was not happening in the United States. At least if it's recorded, it's not happening that you will burn the witches. This is not happening in Salem. Witches will basically be hanged or pressed to death. Articles of witchcraft. Search the witch house for items commonly associated with witches. These items might include small dolls with pins on them, herbs and roots, cook pots, etc. Right? What you usually associate with witchcraft. This kind of makes a little bit more sense than the previous one, but still, I mean, you can have your opinion. I mean, I will be scared if I find something like this, and then I will think about it. This is like voodoo. This is like witchcraft, probably, right? But based on the previous test, that's craziness. The Lord's Prayer. Ask the witch to recite the Lord's Prayer. Witches cannot speak the Lord's Prayer correctly because it's so holy that you cannot. If she messes up any part of the prayer, she's a witch. Okay? El Padre Nuestro, that's the Lord's Prayer. Honestly, I'm a Christian and I was born and raised with the Lord's Prayer. But nowadays I kind of like messed it up a little bit. Sometimes I get confused with the words. It's not that difficult, but imagine doing this, you guys, right now, nowadays, in English. If you're not familiar with the Lord's Prayer, I think I can share, I think I saved one. Like, I don't know, like you can Google, I didn't post, I'm sorry. You can Google the Lord's Prayer and it's basically, I don't even remember, hallow thy name, thy kingdom come, that will be done, something like that. I will be screwed basically without knowing this in English. I can do it in Spanish, but I cannot, like in English, I don't really know it like very well. If you do know it, cool, that's nice. If you're Christian and you know it in English, in Spanish, in French, that's very nice of you. If you want to learn it, that will be cool as well, like to learn it in English. There is the traditional version and there is a contemporary version. So it will be cool if you like look for both of them and learn both of them. And this will be the Lord's Prayer in all English. I think this is Latin or Greek. Anyways, okay guys, this is about the craziness of how to spot a witch. This document is going to be available for you as well. I'm going to upload it after this presentation. Like I said before, this is not going to be a long class. So basically we're done for today. You have many resources that you have to watch, you have to complete, you have to, check. And this is pretty much what you need to know about the Salem trials. Next class is going to be a live session. On Tuesday, we're going to have a live session and we're going to talk about the Scarlet Letter. So yeah, so we're going to talk about the Scarlet Letter. This topic of the silent witch trial are not going to be part of the quiz. And also the Scarlet Letter is not going to be part of the quiz. Okay, so thank you guys, have a good one. Let me know, please don't forget to fill this one, and also don't forget to fill the previous one for those of you who didn't complete it, didn't fill it. Okay, great, have a good one, guys. You know, like, and study please, and let me know if you need something.